If you ever asked yourself, why do I keep attracting narcissists? This video is for you. Maybe it starts with charming conversations. They say all the right things, this intense chemistry, and then all of a sudden, you feel drained, confused, and hurt. And you start asking yourself, is it me? Am I the problem? And then you begin to think that you're a magnet to attracting toxic people. But I want you to know something today. You're not the problem, but there is a pattern. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how we can break the pattern and why narcissists are actually attracted to certain people. Hi, I'm Keisha Jackson. Welcome to Self-Love Sanctuary. And I help women turn painful patterns into powerful self-worth. So let's start with this. Narcissists usually don't choose random partners, but they focus on specific traits. They focus on the women that is always overgiving, the nice, the low boundaries, the one that wants to keep peace but doesn't set limitations. She's the one that they can wine and dine and speak so sweet too, so fast. And you ask yourself, I never seen or met anyone that would make me feel so special so fast. And then you get hooked like a drug. But you gotta ask yourself, where does this come from? Why do I feel like this? Why does my nervous system register to be addicted to this type of man? And it all stems from your childhood. If you were abandoned, if you were unseen, if you didn't know your worth growing up, then you will attract these type of men because all you want is for someone to love you. All you want is to be seen. All you want is to be cherished. And you deserve every bit of that. But let's break down why you keep attracting narcissist men and how to break it today. So from my own personal experience, growing up as a child, I felt abandoned and unseen. I know that my mom loved me, but she never expressed her love to me. I was always the one that seems to be the troublemaker. But yet I knew that my other sisters were doing things that was not perfect or well or good, or did things that was inappropriate as well. But somehow I was the target one. So I spent a lot of time not being heard, not being seen, not being understood. And that left a mark on me. That put me into a place that I no longer felt that my voice mattered, my emotions didn't matter, and my self-worth began to be low. And as I continued to grow into not having my father in my life as I should, continuing to have seemed to be in the troublemaker, feeling abandoned and unseen, unheard, that triggered an emotion within me to where my nervous system was able to be basically attracted to wanting a man to love me, to see me, to cherish me, because the absence of my father and then the absence and abandonment of my mother. And it wasn't that it was on purpose. Let me make that very clear. Our parents only know what they experienced. So all of this is generational. All this is what and how they were brought up. So they can only teach you what they know. They can only teach you or express to you what they felt or what they received. So in that aspect, we have to take the time to now understand that our parents only received what they could or what their parents knew. And then it just continues to trickle down into each generation. So now we're looking at feeling lost, feeling abandonment, not being seen, not being heard. And now you're longing to be seen, to be heard. And then you become desperate. You become the one that tries to fit in. You become the one that is trying to be seen. So we act out and we respond in certain ways. We begin to attract the wrong people. We get to attract the wrong men. And then we find ourselves hurt, confused, angry, and don't know what more to do within ourselves. But that's a spirit that we're carrying, an energy, for those who call it energy. But all it is an emotional, spiritual trauma that we carry with us as we grow in age and continue to move through life. But I want to say this. We have to break the pattern of feeling like, I meet this man charms me, then he must be the one. That's not the case, but not every man that is charming is a narcissist. So we have to pay attention to the patterns. They start off as charming, but then they become possessive, they become manipulative, and then they continue to trace these certain patterns when they see in you how you respond. And then they know they have control over you. So most of us, if we grew up without father figures or our father in the home, and then our mother worked so many jobs, had so much she had to carry, especially with more than one sibling, that loss of abandonment is one emotional trigger and emotional spirit that's within us that will always attract, because they know you're looking for someone that can tell you all the right things. So, what's next? Let's discuss how to break the cycle once and for all. So, what does self-love actually look like when you're done with attracting narcissist men? The first thing is recognizing, do I want to heal from these men and take back my power and my self-worth? So I want you to first see and recognize that there is a problem. I want you to ask yourself, what was it that I was abandoned from? And what did I do? And why did I keep attracting and chasing these type of men? The first thing you're going to have to do is recognize it, admit it. Because what you can't recognize and what you can't see, you can't get rid of. And then after that, I want you to take the time to ask yourself, what brought this on? What was the root cause? Was it attention? Was it not protection? Was it not praised? Did I get praised? Did I get seen? Did I get protected? Of course, we know these answers are no. So now we have to reparent the inner girl. What would the healed girl need and desire to bring about the self-worth that she deserves? So take time, write down these things, rehearse these things out loud so you can hear yourself. In order for us to truly bring about healing, you have to have that safe parent, inner girl feeling. You have to feel saved. You have to feel seen. You have to feel loved. And once we can get to that place to rewire that inner, then we will stop letting men that we have ups and downs. We're high, then we're low. You're respectful, then you're disrespectful. You're controlling and manipulative, and then 1 minute you say, we're good. When you can stop accepting that, when you know what you want, when you set your boundaries and respect for yourself, you will begin to see that pattern that you're being healed and you're not settling for nothing less than you deserve. Another action that I want you to take is being okay with saying no. Not shutting down from this point every man that comes your way, but testing the man. Knowing your standards, setting your standards high so you can know what you want, how you supposed to feel, and what respect you deserve. Healthy love usually is not explosive. Healthy love usually seems a little boring. When I met my husband, and we'll be married 20 years next month, sweet, kind, respectful guy. He wasn't explosive. He wasn't charming in a way that was manipulative. A regular, nice man. And that's going to seem odd to you because you're used to chaos. You're used to charm. You're used to confident explosiveness. But let me tell you this. Healthy love feels calm. It feels steady. And you will know. But first, heal. After you heal, grow. Set your standards. Set your boundaries. Elevate yourself. Love on yourself. Believe in yourself. And don't expect nothing less. When that man comes, look at the traits that you desire to see in a man. Watch patterns in a man. So when that real man comes, you won't push him away, but you will receive him and he'll receive you. And you can build, you can grow, and love one another. So I leave you with this. You have to break the inner hurt that is keeping these men attracted to you. And once you break those emotional barriers, reparent that inner girl, even have the conversation with your mother and your father if they're still alive. This conversation will bring healing. It brought healing to me. I even expressed it in my book. I wrote me a book in March 2024, and it's called Self-Love, A Journey to Emotional Healing. And I expressed my pain. I expressed me not fitting in. I expressed me not feeling worthy enough. And I accepted that those were the things that happened unto me. But I no longer desired to stay that way. So when you no longer desire to stay that way, you choose you. You choose to love yourself, and you choose to change those things that needs to be changed within you so you can build your confidence, so you can build who you are and what you want to be and who you want to be with and what you want to do in life. So I encourage you to continue to heal in this area. Break the patterns that you continue to allow and stop allowing it. Set your standards high. Heal, grow, and build your self-worth. I pray that this helps you. I pray that it encourages you to fight, to know who you are, and become a powerful, worthy woman. I pray this resonates with you. If you know someone that is struggling in this area, I pray that you send them this video to encourage them to keep pushing, keep fighting, but stop settling because you're worthy. You are enough. Love yourself. Thank you for watching. And as I always say, until next time, remember you are worthy of love and healing. I'll see you soon.